Hi friends, I'm Nancy Jacobs from Embroidery It at embroideryit.com, and today we're going to make this cute little flower coaster. And friends, if you have not tried applique and in the hoop, this is a great beginner project because you're going to see this done in real time and you guys can stitch right along with me. So let's begin by telling you the supplies that you need. First, you need 2 pieces of felt cut 5 inches square. You need 2 pieces of cotton fabric, 1 for the flower and 1 for the leaves. And even though there's 3 leaves on here, friends, if you have just 1 piece of fabric, it really makes things easier for you. So trust me on that one. You need 3 colors of thread. We've got 1 color thread to match our felt. We've got the white, and then we've got 2 more thread colors to match our cotton fabric. You will also need some tape, as well as a couple of scissors. We've got our spring action scissors to cut our fabric, and we have pinking shears to cut the felt. You guys can use straight scissors too. I just like the look of pinking shears. Alright, the last thing you need is you need the embroidery design. And the embroidery design you can get over at embroideryit.com. During the month of April, it is free for newsletter subscribers. So head over there and sign up for the newsletter. If it's after April and you have missed it, there's going to be something else there for you. So there's always something going on. So anyway, head over there and catch in on the fun. All right, we've got our 4x4 hoop hooped up with some lightweight tearaway stabilizer. I have the design loaded into my embroidery machine, and I have white thread already loaded up, ready to go. That's the first color of thread we need to match our felt. I'm going to lower the camera so you guys can watch the stitch, and I will talk to you about what is happening as it's doing its thing here. So the first thing it's going to stitch is called the placement line. And friends, if you're looking at the thread chart, you're going to notice the placement line is shown in red thread. That's industry standard to show this is where we place our fabric. The second thing you'll see is that the tack down, which will be the next, is shown in blue thread. And again, that's industry standard to show that that's a tack down stitch. But don't go changing the color of your thread. Just use the thread to match your fabric. We take 1 piece of felt, center it over our placement line, and now we're going to stitch the tack down. And if you want to tape this down, you please feel free to. Otherwise, I just hold it for a few stitches. Felt is such a good fabric, especially for beginners, because it doesn't pucker, it just behaves itself, it lays nicely, and just has a beautiful look to it. So I usually just hold it for a few stitches and then it's good to go. Okay, that tacked down our felt to the stabilizer. The next part that's going to stitch is the leaves. So we're going to change our thread color to green for our leaf. Our leaves here, and once again you will notice on the thread chart, hold on just a second, the thread's catching there, hope that doesn't give me problems, try that. You will notice on the thread chart, again, red thread to show the placement, blue thread to show the tack down, and then you'll notice the green thread for the satin border. But just use the green thread throughout the whole thing. There's no need to change your thread colors. So this is going to just show the placement. So some of you, your machines may cut these jump stitches. Friends, this machine, it's a Brother 1250D, and it's seriously just like the second up from the bottom, and so it does not cut jump stitches, and I have to go back and trim them. So I'm going to do that in just a moment here. Okay, let me just trim those jump stitches real quick. It's nice when you have a machine that trims them for you. That's always a blessing to have that. You don't have to mess with this. All right, here's where we're at. You can see the placement of where to put our fabric. Let's put the hoop back on the machine, and we're going to take our green fabric and set it on here. Make sure we've got all of the placement lines covered. And once again, this is going to tack down. This is going to tack down our leaf fabric to the felt. Just watch your fingers. And again, you could tape this if you like. I'm just going to watch it closely at this point so it doesn't pucker. Last leaf here. Okay, that's the tack down is done. We're going to take the hoop off of the machine, but do not unhoop your design. Leave your design in the hoop. And we're going to take our scissors, and what we're going to do is trim closely around our stitching line. This takes just a moment to do. It doesn't take long. So these little spring action scissors are always my handy little go-to scissors when it comes to doing applique work. They just work slicker than anything. Okay, get around that third leaf there. There we go. All right, friends, here is where we're at. Okay, we've trimmed close to the edge of the stitching. We're going to put our hoop back on the machine, and it's going to stitch the decorative satin border for the leaves. So you can see here, it's just going to stitch the V shape. It's not going to stitch a satin border all the way around because the flower is going to cover that up. So there's only going to be leaf stitching on two edges of each leaf. Okay, and it's a little satin stitch with a little decorative stitch along with it. And friends, if you've been with me here for a while, it matches all of our other designs. So this one has the same decorative satin stitch. It also has the same outside decorative satin border. So if you head over to embroideryit.com, join the newsletter, because we do this as a live sew along over on Facebook the second Tuesday of every month, and at 2 o'clock Eastern time. You can join me right there and stitch right along with me, and you can make some of these fun designs right along. Here's the heart, and I showed you on that one how to add a name to it. We did a little mitten. This would be cute. You could add a monogram right here, which would be adorable. And we did our 4-leaf clover. So lots of them that we've been doing. Here's our chicken, which is so cute. Our little country chicken. Again, you can see they all have the same satin border, and they also have the same border going around the coaster. Last month we did the Easter egg. So we've been busy here. We're up to, this is coaster number 9 that we're up to. We did the maple leaves. And we also did the Christmas present or birthday present. Be good for either. This is a good one. You could put a little ribbon and turn this into a tag. You could also turn it into a Christmas ornament. You can do it with any of these, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a little bit. So it's stitching. This is the second leaf that it's stitching. We have one more to go here. But friends, applique and in the hoop is so easy. I want you to know I want you all to be really comfortable with doing this because it really is easy, and I want to show you just how easy it is, because once you have the basics down with what you're learning here, then you can expand to so much. Here, let me show you another one here. This is the same. This has applique and an in the hoop project, but just by the different steps added, we added a little bit of clear vinyl here, and this is felt. It's a tie-dye felt, and we added a ribbon hanger, but it's all the same principle, and they all have a back to them. The same way with the coasters. The coaster, they all have a back to it. So once you've got the basics, you can slowly move on to things that are a little more advanced. Or you've seen the cute little purses that they do in the hoop. There's just so many projects that you can do in the hoop. Okay, the leaves are done, and I have just a couple little jump stitches I'm going to trim. Here's where we're at. I want to show you. That's where we're at. Let's trim the stitches here. Okay, put the hoop on the machine. Now, we're getting ready to stitch the flower, so I want to change my thread color to the color that matches my flower fabric, and since I'm doing a yellow flower today, I've got some yellow thread ready to go. There we go. Okay, once again, just like with the leaves, it's going to show you the placement of the flower. And I've got my flower fabric ready to go. And we'll just set it on right here. This is a great scrap buster. You know how when you have those little pieces of fabric that are like, oh, this is my favorite fabric. I can't stand to get rid of even the tiniest piece of my favorite fabric. This is a great project to use that on. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Now, once again, we're going to take the hoop off of the machine, but do not unhoop the design. Here's where we're at. We're going to get our little scissors and trim right around the edge. I'll show you my scissors in just a minute. Okay, here we are. You can see it's trimmed close, and we'll put the hoop back on the machine. The next bit that it's going to stitch is the center of the flower, the little swirl, as well as the outside edge of the flower. So this is what's going to take the longest bit of the whole design. So while this is stitching, I'm going to just raise the camera up so we can see each other and chat a little bit here. So I wanted to show you, these are my spring action scissors, and the one thing I want to point out to you is look at how, okay, let me back up. People will ask me, Nancy, where do you get your spring action scissors? And 9 times out of 10, I just go to Amazon and I get the cheapest ones that are out there. But some of them, just so you know, some of them are straight, they're flat, whereas you can see this has a little bevel edge to it, and you want that. You want the little bevel because you can get down there and you can just snip, snip, snip. And these things are perfect for getting down in the hoop. You know, and they really just glide through the fabric. And so to me, these are a must-have for doing applique. They just, for cotton fabric, they work brilliantly. They really, really do. Okay. So while this continues to stitch here, and I was showing you a couple of things, let me show you here. Here is one. See see, we turned this into a Christmas ornament, or you could make it into a tag. So again, it's got the back to it, and I just sandwiched a little bit of ribbon in between the front and back. And then when it stitched the border, the outside border on, it attached that ribbon, so you've got a little hanger. And again, I will show that to you as the time comes. And here, when we did the Easter egg, if you had an Easter tree or an Easter package, you might be able to see this one a little bit better. See that the ribbon is sandwiched between the two pieces of felt there. And then I just added a bow. And it's like it's just so cute and easy, and it's done in like 20 to 30 minutes. You've got a finished project. So, as you're doing these, friends, you can make them all different colors, or you can do all the same. Wrap these up, package them in a pretty bow, put 4 or 6 of them together. You guys have a great gift for a new neighbor. You've got a birthday gift, a teacher gift, and here's what I wanted to tell you. Since it's getting close to the end of the school year, if you are needing teacher gifts, the way you guys can go back and look, but there's this video, it's here on YouTube, that shows how to put a name on, even if you don't have software. I showed you how to center this name on here, but wouldn't that look cute to have the teacher's name, or #1 teacher, best teacher, things like that? This would make an adorable teacher gift for the end of the year. Stitch up 4 of these, say Mrs. So-and-so, and you've got a great gift. I also think these would look really cute. You can take them. You don't have to do these as a coaster, okay? Just advance through on your embroidery machine. Just advance through to the next thread color if it's a border. If it's a border stitching, just go to where you get to just the applique portion. You could put this on a shirt, or put several on a shirt. You could put, I think you could put 3 or 4 along the hem along the edge of a hand towel. Would be adorable for in a bathroom. On the hem of an apron, along the edge of an apron, the edge of a child's dress, on an apron pocket, on a child's bib. There's a lot of cute places that you could put these that would just look precious. So kind of think outside the box. You don't have to always think coaster, coaster, coaster. Try it as a coaster first to get started. Get your feet wet into doing this, and then once you've tried it, then expand a little bit and try some other things. So anyway, that gives you some ideas of ways to use these hot pads, placemats. What I think is cute is when you do them in different colors, then if you have guests over, and each person gets their own coaster, well then, like I know my drink is on the peach colored coaster, and Susie knows her drink is on the blue colored coaster, so then you're not getting your drinks mixed up, and that's a nice, just handy little thing to do. So just get creative with it. And if you guys are like me, I love color, and I love to try new colors together. For instance, this one, I was looking at this and I thought, what color do I want around the outside edge of the flower here? Because there's a lot of colors in this fabric. There's red and pink and green and orange, and the light, there's quite a bit of light blue in there. I don't know if it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but you could use the same fabric, and you could just change your thread color to give it just a little different look. And it's just, to me, playing with color is a lot of fun. So anyway, I hope this gives you some ideas here. I'm going to lower the camera so you guys can watch it stitch out. It's already finished the center circle. Let's take a look here at where we're at so you can see. Okay, it's already finished the center bit, and now it is doing the satin border around the edge. and then it'll finish up with just a little bit of decorative stitching there. Once this finishes the flower, the next color will be for the edge of the coaster. So it'll be for this. I'm going to use yellow, so I'm not going to change my thread color, but you can change it to whatever color you would like to use. So get your next thread color ready to go, and we'll be switching to that in just a moment. The other thing that you need to get ready at this time is get your painter's tape ready, and we're going to tear off a piece about so. We're going to tear this into smaller bits, but we're just going to have it ready to go. And it's just going to do this last little bit of stitching. I think it's a lot of fun to watch the designs just come to life here. About done. Okay, we're almost finished, not quite. We're going to take the hoop off of the machine. Again, do not unhoop your design. We're going to take the hoop, turn it upside down, and take our second piece of felt now. We're going to center that felt over our design on the back side. Friends, this is where if you wanted to add ribbon, you cut about 11-12 inches of ribbon. You would sandwich the ribbon between the front and the back, tape it to hold it in place, and this is the time you'd put your ribbon on if you wanted a hanger of some sort. So we're going to take our painter's tape, that piece we tore off, I'm going to tear it now into 4 small pieces, and I'm going to tape the corners. So here's what it looks like. We're going to carefully slide the design back into the machine, and do be careful with that. You don't want to mess up the back. All right, and the last little bit that it's going to stitch out again is the border, and by putting the back on, that's what gives you a really pretty finished back edge here to the whole project. It just makes it look finished and attractive, and especially on something like a coaster or an ornament or a tag where people could possibly see the back side of it. You know, if nobody was going to see the back side, if it was going to be on a wall and nobody'd even notice the back, you wouldn't have to put the back on. But for a project like this, the back really gives it a finished look. Well, that stitches, it's only going to take a minute. Also, I want to tell you guys, so over at embroidery.com, other things that we have going on there is every week I give you a new free letter of the alphabet, and right now we're on B. Letter C is going to be there tomorrow. So this is a freestanding lace applique ornament, and so we're going to go through the letters of the alphabet. This is great as a tag to hang on something. As a Christmas ornament, you can put it as a gift tag on a present. You can hang it on a backpack, anything like that. So this is what we're working on right now. If you just go to the homepage, embroidery.com, and scroll down to the bottom, you will see you can download it instantly. Now, however, the coasters, these are for newsletter subscribers, so to get the link to have access to that, you do need to be a newsletter subscriber, so that's the only thing there. But then this is a Facebook Live over on the Embroidery at Facebook page, and That's really nice if you guys join me over there, because then you can ask me questions. You can ask me questions. We can chat back and forth to one another. So if you ever have any questions about how to do this or anything that's going on, you can just ask, and I am very happy to answer. All right, this is going around the last corner, so let's watch the last of it stitch out. We're almost done. And I've got my pinking shears ready to go. That's the last thing. Excuse me. Okay. And the machine has beeped. The design is finished. We can push the machine out of the way. Here we are. Friends, the design's finished stitching. We can now take it out of the hoop. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to tear away the excess tearaway stabilizer. And raise this up a little bit. And now we'll get our pinking shears. And I like to trim, between 1/8 and 1/4 inch around the outside edge of the design. Again, you could use straight scissors. I just like the look of the pinking shears, so that's what I'm going with. And I see just a few little thread tails that need to be trimmed up, but you guys look at this. We're done. This project is completely finished. It's ready. This is it. It's ready for you to use. It's ready for you to give as a gift. I mean, here we are 25 minutes into the video and we're done. You guys could, and if I wasn't talking and showing little things, you could have it done in 20 minutes. You'd have a project finished. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And let's join me for the next one. Join me live for the next one on Facebook, embroideryit.com. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.